from the Department of Communication in Phillipsburg. This is 30 Minutes with Government with Cedric Peterson.
Welcome to this edition of 30 Minutes with Government. I'm Cedric Peterson. Recently, the Minister of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, the Honorable Rita Bourne-Gums, signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Mental Health Foundation, paving the way for the Labor Affairs Department to structurally assist persons with mental disabilities in finding employment on St. Martin.
First, I would like to say I applaud the Department of Labor and Social Services and the Mental Health Foundation for this structured initiative taken. I believe indeed it is quite important for us to allow every opportunity for every individual to be able to go back into the community and be able to contribute to the community with the initiative and the assistance of mental health and social affairs. I applaud this. It is something that I thought of coming in as Minister of Education, not knowing I'll be Minister acting of Public Health, that we should give persons the opportunity, if they are capable and if they have the assistance, to become citizens within the community who can also contribute, so that they're not always excluded and they remain isolated and never feel that they can too become a part again. So once again, I am very pleased that we're signing a MOU that is structured and that will in the future cater to many more persons if needed.
Head of the Labor Affairs and Social Services Department, Mrs. Peggy Ann Dross Richardson, said the signing was significant and a milestone for the department and the people of St. Martin.
This is a milestone for the department, a milestone for the ministry, and a milestone for the people of St. Martin, as these departments signed this Memorandum of Understanding with the Mental Health Foundation, offering what we consider to be relevant services to the target group, being persons that are suffering with mental disability. We believe this is significant. It is indeed not something that the department has not sought before, and as I explained, Minister Bourne, in a discussion prior to this signing, we have had actually successful placement of persons with mental disability over the past 2 to 3 years already. But as a department, we decided to structure this in a Memorandum of Understanding, therewith holding the departments accountable, as well as the role of the Mental Health Foundation, and putting front and center the importance of the Mental Health Foundation.
Mental Health Foundation Representative Pete Lucas said the MOU is important for all clients in need of job placement, and employment is critical for the independence of individuals.
The working group has been very active, and the result is there. We have a memorandum of understanding on the table to be signed off. I think it's indeed a milestone. It's important for not only our clients but also for the ones who are in need for job placement, which is a very important aspect to be an independent person and functioning as anybody else. So thank you for this honor to be here.
Minister Plenipotentiary, the Honorable Josiane Artson Fleming, in a ceremony on February 11th at the St. Martin House in The Hague, thanked the First Minister Plenipotentiary, the Honorable Matthias Voges, for his service to country St. Martin. Voges has had a distinguished record, having served as acting Lieutenant Governor, a member of the Council of Advice of the former Netherlands Antilles, as well as St. Martin, member and president of the Board of the University of St. Martin, president of Stichting Samenwerkende Fondsen, President St. Martin Monument Preservation Foundation, President of the Foundation for Traffic Safety, Secretary Emilio Wilson of the Historical and Cultural Foundation, and President of the Buchan Funds Catholic Education. The Civil Registry Department would like to inform the general public that the materials needed to complete the driver's licenses have arrived in good order. Persons that submitted an application may come in for pickup during our regular working hours Monday through Friday, with exception of Wednesdays, 8 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. Kathy Snyders, acting head of the Civil Registry, elaborated on the arrival of the driver's licenses materials.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank the general public for their patience on waiting on the driver's license. Indeed, we just received it last week and we printed all the cards whereby we have them all ready. Last week, Friday, we published it in the newspaper, and right now we have them ready for pickup. So everyone that has a driver license receipt that they pay already, they can come and collect their driver license.
And what documents should they walk with when doing so?
When they come to pick up, they have to bring the receipts and the old driver license.
How many persons have been affected?
Okay, we have more or less printed 800 driver license. This is from November till half February.
And have extended hours been implemented?
Yes, we did implement extended hours. We have the Wednesdays afternoon from 2 till 4 for pickup, and also past Saturday we were open from 9 till 12, and coming Saturday also we are open from 9 till 12. We have a full staff available for the pickups. We want to emphasize on the persons that can come on Saturday to come on the Saturdays because of the amount of persons we have ready only for pickups. We don't have no other transactions that pick up. I want to invite also the ones that have to pick up ID cards and passports to come and pick up their documents on Saturday coming.
Clients are reminded to please bring along the current or expired document along with valid identification. For any further information, you can contact the department at the following Phillipsburg office phone number at 542-2457 or email burkazakinsxm@stmartingov.org. Public Service Center, Simpson Bay, 55545-3380 or email psc-simpsonbay@stmartingov.org. 30 Minutes with Government will be right back after these important messages. Stay tuned.
Absolute champagne sailing.
There's a place where things can go wrong. There is no better place than that than St. Martin.
Big shifts, good challenges.
Typical carrying conditions, really.
Always a great day in paradise.
It's one of my favourite regattas. It's great location, great courses, great island, great parties.
When you're racing, it's tough business. Much tougher than it is to party.
Do some serious racing, have some serious fun, and have a great experience on the Friendly Island.
The Tourist Bureau is ramping up for an active year. DCOM caught up with the Tourism Bureau team and spoke to Department Head Gus Priest, who provided some insight into the basic operations of the Bureau, how the Bureau executes marketing our tourism destination, and how important it is for all citizens to be aware of how we affect and benefit from the tourism product.
Ministry of TIAT has 7 departments, which tourism is one of them. The ministry is headed by the Secretary General Miguel de Weaver, and the Honorable Minister Claret Connor is in charge of that ministry.
What are the core responsibilities of the Bureau?
The Tourism Office is responsible for primarily marketing and promoting the destination. Aside from that, we also have the Product Development Division, which is primarily involved in activities that helps to improve the island, the image, the product itself, to make sure that we have good service, we have clean beaches, traffic situations, less crime. So we're involved in making sure that the product is what we say it is in our marketing. We are marketed in various regions. We have several marketing firms that helps us to promote the destination in the USA, South America. We are on the verge of getting a representation firm back in the Netherlands. We also do some initiatives within the Caribbean. And we're looking at other areas that we want to tap into as the year goes by.
And which other areas are those and why?
We want to very much so concentrate on the South American market, which we are right now, but we need to put more effort there because of their winter being our summer. So they travel during the off-season, which is beneficial for businesses and continued business on the island. We also want to look at the German market and the French market. I think if we look at, I think in 2005, the Tourism Master Plan was developed, and that was a huge effort undertaken by not only government, but all stakeholders, including communities within the various districts. And one of the things that came out very clearly in that project was the fact that the local population, the man and woman on the street, felt that tourism did not benefit them. So therefore, we have embarked on our tourism awareness campaign to show the population. Because a lot of us even work in the industry, we don't even know that it's tourism we're working and what we need to do. So we have embarked on a campaign to go out, reach out to the public, letting them know and showing them the various ways in which they benefit from tourism. I mean, if a teacher, for example, knows that government derives their income from taxes from businesses and government subsidizes their payment, their salary, then that's an indirect benefit from tourism. Because businesses pay taxes to government, government in turn subsidizes your salary. So indirectly, you are benefiting from tourism. And those are the things that, and the ways in which we have to show the population that you are benefiting from tourism.
Meanwhile, DECOM spoke to the marketing assistant at the Tourist Bureau, Ms. Marla Chamont, to get some insight into the largest boating event of the year, the annual Heineken Regatta, which is celebrating its 35th edition of Serious Fun from March 5th to the 8th. According to Ms. Chamont, the Tourist Bureau is responsible for the promotion of the prestigious event, and she highlighted how the local market benefits from the Heineken Regatta.
The St. Martin Heineken Regatta actually started out in 1980 as a small sailing event. However, it's grown into a combination of sailing, serious fun, and parties at night. So it is a combination of both sailing and parties in the evenings. As a St. Martin Tourist Bureau, we actually help to promote the event. It is on our calendar of events as one of the annual events where we can attract people to come to the island. So our role would be to promote. We would bring in some press writers and let them experience the regatta, but also include the island component of it. So they're here for some of the sailing, but they get to visit some of our restaurants, they stay in our hotels. We take them to different excursions on the island so they can experience the whole package of St. Martin. Locally, most of it is done via the Heineken Regatta in terms of advertising in the papers. They'll do some commercials in radio PSAs. Internationally, it's more to target in the regional areas that would have persons who are interested in sailing or in the parties. So it would be in magazines. We do a lot of press releases. We would do some information on our website to promote the event, as well as talk about it throughout the trade shows that we attend. We do have quite a bit of persons that participate in the racing. We have Bobby Velasquez and his team from St. Martin. We have Roger Petit, Paul Ellinger, and some others who participate and support in the sailing component of the press boats. We have a few locals who have their restaurants along the beach side or in the, the different parties where they can vend and sell their foods. It's quite elaborate for the restaurants who are there, the Lees, and a few others that surrounding that area, so they kind of benefit from that as well.
The Tourism Bureau, truly a dynamic department. DECOM will be bringing you an in-depth special profiling the Bureau and its official role in promoting St. Martin in a subsequent broadcast. Stay with us. You're watching 30 Minutes with Government.
Absolute champagne sailing.
There is a place where things can go wrong. There is no better place than that than St. Martin.
Big shifts, good challenges.
Typical Caribbean conditions, really.
Always a great day in paradise.
It's one of my favourite regattas. It's great location, great courses, great island, great parties.
When you're racing, it's tough business. Much tougher than it is to party.
Do some serious racing, have some serious fun, and have a great experience on the friendly island.
The government has launched its official Facebook page entitled Government of St. Martin to the public and to the rest of the world. The goal of the government's Facebook page is to gain wider exposure to a new demographic in the world of social media with information such as press releases, public notices, pictures, and/or videos of government-related events. This social media tool will make it easier for persons to have access to updated information from the Government of St. Martin, which includes highlights of specific departments and their respective services. Through the Department of Communication, DCOM, in its capacity as Emergency Support Function 8, ESF 8, the government aims to expand its reach to the public during times of emergencies and in preparation of any possible disasters. Reaching the general public in a timely fashion as part of the emergency communication response is critical to avoid the possible loss of lives or unnecessary damage to property throughout the island. According to the Prime Minister, the Honorable Marcel Gomes, having an official social media source for the country is important in this day and age. We have seen several instances where international news outlets have taken items pertaining to the country off of unofficial Facebook pages and run these items as fact when they're not. The Prime Minister also says that the government of St. Martin wants to be able to communicate with the people of the island using every means possible. While several government departments have their own Facebook page, the entire organization itself needed one to make official announcements, an additional outlet in times of emergencies, and to share factual information. On February 12th, His Excellency Governor Eugene Holiday paid a working visit to the new government building under construction at the Sauliga Road to get a first-hand view of the state of affairs in regards to the facility. The governor received a site tour of the building and was briefed on the developments at the site, program for completion, and the plans for housing the various ministries within the facility by Secretary General of RAMI, Mr. Lewis Brown, Department Head of Facility Management, Mr. Rick Martina, and Site Coordinator, Mr. Yella Janssen. Governor Holiday thanked the team for the update and emphasized the importance of the completion of the facility towards realizing the benefits of the investment for the public. DCOM spoke with Secretary General of RAMI, Mr. Lewis Brown, who gave a brief synopsis of the tour and the state of affairs.
Well, basically, the governor just wanted a tour of the building to assess where we are with the building today. As you know, it's been a project that has been ongoing for quite some time, and the governor has been involved in the backgrounds with that whole process as well. So he wanted now to get a first-hand picture of what's going on. So we took him on a tour of the building. To begin with, you know, downstairs, where is the main public area. He got a view of that, where we have the service counters that are projected, as well as the information area. We took him to see the larger conference areas also on the ground floor, the public meeting rooms and so on. And we also took him to a basic view of the office spaces, which is the upper floors of the building, and the main areas where the Council of Ministers would meet, and as well as the offices of the Council of Ministers. So he just wanted that sort of view to get an impression about, you know, where we are, how long it would take for the building to be completed once the resources are in place to do so, and that's what he got. Basically, the building is designed to accommodate about 450 employees. So it consists of 3 buildings, if you will, or 3 blocks, if you will, which is the east, the south, and the north. There's also a projection for a west wing of the building. The foundation is in place for that, but the 3 wings that are now completed in terms of the structure, they can accommodate about 450 people the way we have projected it. All ministers would be accommodated in this building, and there's the room that is basically the meeting area of the Council of Ministers, and where they can also meet the public or for presentations and those kinds of things. And there's a separate space allocated also for the Prime Minister and the Secretariat of the Council of Ministers, which supports that organization. Basically, an intention is that this is sort of a one-stop shop center for the public. So when the public comes to this building, the idea is that they should be able to receive almost all services of the government in one location. That's the idea. So the counters that we have developed is in the service counters, if you will. That's where the public can come into, you know, for whatever service they need. And the idea is that once they go to the counter, any service, whether it's a service from the Ministry of ROMI, the Ministry of Public Health, the Ministry of Economic Affairs, any service that they require, they can go to one counter, and they should be able to, you know, be accommodated at that one counter, because that's just the front office. That's where you request your service, and that's where you get your service delivered. The work takes place in the back. That's the back office. The work takes place, you know, in the upper floors of the building, and the front office is there to accommodate the entire organization, and one front dealing with the public.
We've now come to the end of this edition of 30 Minutes with Government. Be sure to log on to stmartingov.org for more information on what's happening in government. On behalf of the government of St. Martin and all of us here at the Department of Communication, I'm Cedric Peterson. Thanks for watching.